This event is for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. In the red corner at 250 pounds from Rome, Georgia, Marty Lundy. And in the blue corner at 235 pounds from Mexico, Chavo Guerrero.
In the black tights, Marty Lundy, and shading his colorful jacket, the high-flying popper, Chavo Guerrero. Alfred Neely calls for the bell. Action underway. Here's Bill Watts.
Chavo Guerrero, an exciting star, a man that, although smaller in stature, he conducts himself in the ring as a super heavyweight. He has that power and that balance. He has that tremendous punching power if he gets in a fight. He's got the wrestling skills. You know, Eric Weiss, who was a national champion from Oklahoma State University, and he's ranked about number 3 in the world in freestyle. I once asked him what he pattern he's wrestling after, and he said when he's a youngster, he's now a 190-pounder, and he weighs about 225 off-season. He said he watched the smaller guys, and he figured in order to be great, to be a big man, you had to wrestle like a small man. Well, here's Chavo Guerrero with all that ability of the small man, the quickness, the lightning speed, the reflexes, but he's got that inherent power. Something like a Danny Hodge. You all remember Danny Hodge, the great world's junior heavyweight champion. And even though he only weighed 220, he could take the measure of any man he ever got in the ring with. And this Chavo Guerrero seems to be cut in the same vein. An unusual match coming up, Boyd, and we'll be revealing it as we go on. As Lester Parks is going to wrestle Kamala, the Ugandan warrior that's now leased by Skandar Akbar. But Akbar has paid this man, Lester Parks, a bonus to wear a mask in that match. And in talking to Skandar Akbar, I said, that's a little bit ridiculous. Everybody knows who Lester Parks is. He said, that has nothing to do with it. He said, when you have a savage like Kamala, small things mean a lot to him. He likes to, beating a man is not the most important thing. He wants something to show him the victory. He said, I've got this man putting his mask on, and I've told Kamala if he beats him, he can tear the mask off. Well, you can figure Akbar to come out with some devious, diabolical plan in order to train this big savage, go after the mask. And we know it could be the mask of Stagger Lee, because I'm sure Ted DiBiase has offered a ton of money to reveal Stagger Lee's identity to force a forfeit on the North American title. Or could it be Wrestling 2's mask? Or Mr. Olympia's mask? Marty Lundy going for the big score on Chavo Guerrero, but Chavo moved quickly, get out of the way, rolling to give himself time to clear his head. Oftentimes you'll see a fighter in the ring just try to box himself out of a little trouble by moving away. Well, Chavo Guerrero put some distance between them. When Marty Lundy came in, a drop kick rather low right into the solar plexus. A very well-devised drop kick, because your solar plexus can sure take the wind out of you, and these big powerful bodies are just machines that run on oxygen. And if you don't have any oxygen, just like being out of gasoline, you can't, no go. And Chavo Guerrero showing that unique style. Marty Lundy to the floor. Chavo springing over the top rope, right on top of Marty Lundy, just wiped him out. Clear over the top rope, clear to the floor. This man is excitement personified. Has wrestled all over the world. He and Mil Mascaras, the 2 top Mexican stars in the world. Another drop kick. I tell you, if you were against Chavo Guerrero, you'd get tired of getting up, because wherever you are, he's going to put you down, and it's a different way. And an inside cradle, and he's got the fall.
Tremendous maneuvers by Chavo Guerrero. We'll be back. More action coming up. Mid-South Wrestling Television Network.
Somewhere in the USA, Mr. Olympia.
One fall, 10-minute time limit match. Rome, Georgia's Marty Lundy versus Mr. Olympia, as Rick Pereira calls for the bell.
Well, you know, it's really getting thick, and of course, we're going to try to interview Mr. Olympia after this bout with Marty Lundy, and I'm sure he's very upset too, you know, because he's just come back and he's fighting for his position in Mid-South Wrestling, and it seems like maybe the cards are stacked against him. I would certainly hate to think that he would be at the bottom of all this. Snapmare, and he drives it in. Olympia always an aggressive wrestler. Of course, right now he seems a little more aggressive than usual, but I'm sure that he's a little bit upset about the events here today also, Lloyd. It's something I can understand wrestling too, and the intensity with which he competes, the way he lives his life, and somebody's invaded that life with a very sinister type mental attack, which is sometimes more devastating than the straight up and down physical attack. You know, even in World War II, when men were being physically tortured, they seemed to be able to withstand that more than the mental tortures of Korea and Vietnam. And certainly the unknown has oftentimes been proven beyond a shadow of doubt to have bigger fear factor or disconcerting factor than something everybody knows. Sleeper hold. Mr. Olympia's got the sleeper. The crowd is singing good night to Marty Lundy as Mr. Olympia makes short work of Marty Lundy, a powerful young man, and gains another victory. After this commercial break, Boyd, we'll try to talk to Mr. Olympia.
We'll be right back after this word from Mid-South Wrestling.